Me and my son were walking out. We were a little bit before Anna, and our son was behind us. And a cop called me over too. And he asked for a selfie. A cop in uniform. And he told his partner, "This is Sammy the Boat, get a selfie." They both got selfies. Hey guys, I just got back from the Trump rally and it was incredible. I know some people who are close to Trump, and we got special passes. We went in that inner circle of seats, priority seats, and we went in there and it was nice. There was a couple of rows before us, there was seats that are taken by congressmen, senators, governors, politicians, mostly, important people. We were right in behind that, about 2 or 3 rows behind that. So I knew it was going to be a great show. We're going to hear all the speakers and everything. And we heard different speakers in there talking. It was really, really good. Somebody from NBC came over, recognized me, started talking to me a little bit. Now they want to do an interview with me. He asked about my T-shirt. I had a Trump T-shirt on with me and Trump, 2 convicted felons. I made a joke out of it a little bit. Him for the president, me for the vice president.
You're on the ticket?
I want to be on the ticket. We talked a little while. People were coming over for selfies with me. One part, when we first walked in, there was a Secret Service guy, tall guy, good-looking guy, suit, and he called me by name. So he says, "Sammy, could you step on the side?" He says, "I'm Secret Service." I said, "Sure." And when I walked on the side, I said, "Do you want to search me?" He said, "No. I would really like to have a selfie with you." I thought that was the funniest thing in the world. But I did a selfie with him. We went in, place was packed. I think it was a little over 22,000, 23,000 people. There was standing room in the bleachers all the way up. People, there wasn't even chairs no more. There was just people standing, droves of them. On the bottom, there was no more chairs. There was people standing up. It was crazy. People coming over to me and talking to me and asking for selfies and telling me people who were there, sending messages to me. And then a guy walks over and he says, "Sammy," he says, "there's somebody here who would like to talk to you." I said, "Okay, who is it?" And he said, "Sheriff Joe Arpaio." Now, I did time in Sheriff Joe Arpaio's prison. I had a little bit of a tough time in there, and he was a tough sheriff, a little too tough. There was guys, you would see them 110 degrees outside. Inside it was about 120, 25, 130. They were giving you salt pills. You would be sitting down, you'd see a guy sitting down, and it just collapsed, he'd just fall down. The air conditioner was off. Then we heard on the television that he had the air conditioner off for prisoners, like to punish them. And where they had dogs, he had the air conditioner on for, they grabbed these homeless dogs and put them in there. And the air conditioner was on there. I know, it annoyed all of us. It annoyed the shit out of me. Not that I'm against dogs. I mean, I love dogs. I love Lily. And I would want to protect her and do all kinds of things. So I would feel the same way. But not while guys are baking and falling over. So I said, okay, I'll go over and talk to him. My first thought was to tell him to go fuck himself. But that was the old me. I didn't feel the same exact way anymore. And I guess he had his motives and what he did. So I didn't want to be the same way. And I says, okay, I'll get up. And I walked over and there was a bunch of people around him. I never realized that he was that much older than me. They told me he was 90 years old. I'm not sure if that's his age, but that's what they told me. So that made me feel a little more sympathetic towards him. We shook hands and we started talking. The first thing out of his mouth, he says, "You still alive?" And he smirked. I guess it was making a joke. So I said, "Yep, I guess I'm still alive." We had a conversation. I'm one to respect people's ages and things like that. So I didn't want to be a smart ass or a wise guy or talk like I really wanted to talk about. When you fuck with me like that in prison, you know, I'm a little angry for quite a while, but I let it go. And then he finally put his hand out to shake my hand. I hesitated for a split second, and I put my hand out. I smiled at him, and we shook hands. I didn't want to carry a grudge. I hate carrying grudges against people. So I just put it behind me. People were filming, people were talking. I didn't realize they were filming me and him. And while I walked away and I went back to where I was sitting with Anna and her son and my son, it made me feel good that I handled myself the right way, like a gentleman, even though at one point I was a little pissed. A little bit, not much, but I handled myself the right way. I walked away, and a couple of people said things to me. Hey, Sammy, is he a pal now? I smiled, I laughed, and I said, yep, I guess he is. He's at a Trump rally. I'm at a Trump rally. That's what this is about. It's not about me. It's not about him. It's about the rally. There were so many great speakers came on. They talked about good things. I love the part when Kennedy was announced and came out and put his endorsement to Donald Trump. And he also said that he was going to get a position and he was going to take care of food. There's chemicals in food and all of these different things, which I agree. It's part of, I like that. They talked about our kids growing and getting cancer at early ages and stuff like that. So I'm all for that. And I'm all for him, a Democratic family, his uncle, JFK, his father, Bobby Kennedy. I thought it was very courageous of him to say that what the Democrats are doing is extremely ugly, and he has to turn his back as a good human being on them and go forward with Trump and Trump's policies, and that he would be the head of the thing against Big Pharma and all of these big corporations that are killing us. I thought that was great. And it was one after the other. Carrie Lake. I always liked her. She was a news person originally. Her and somebody got caught on tape. Neither one of them knew they were on tape. And somebody was offering her from the Democratic Party money to do certain things.
Tell them I'm not flattered. I'm offended that they...
Don't tell anybody we had this conversation.
I'm offended that they don't care about our country more.
I actually wish you'd just give me a counter offer this big. Give me a counter.
I can't be bought.
And her answer was, this is not about money. This is about the country. This is about the people. And she flat out refused them. That's not a speech. That was something that was caught on tape. She's a good woman. I heard her speak. She was great. I don't know how she lost the election as a governor. She would have been great. I'm from Arizona, so I wish she would have made it. But now she's running as a senator from Arizona. I'm 100% behind her. Charlie Kirk, I didn't know him well. I've heard of him. I never heard him speak. I heard him speak at this rally. He blew me away. I'm a fan of his in that one, from this one meeting with him, seeing him, hearing him. I'm a fan of his. He don't know it yet, but I am. And my son noticed, he said, Dad, look at this rally. It's jam-packed. Everybody's being so polite. No arguments, no fights, no riots, no protesting, no nothing. These conservative people are really good people. He brought my attention to it, and he was right. I looked around, and I said, yeah. Walking up the stairs, going up, there's hundreds of people through the staircase. And to get back, because we were down on the bottom, like I said, right in the front. And it was everybody that we passed was, excuse me, thank you. People were really, really good people at this rally. And I told my son, you're right. Conservatives are good people. They're going for the country. Me and my son laughed as we walked out. I lit up a cigar, he lit up a cigarette, and we went on. It was a great day. It really was. And it was a good vibe I caught. If Trump gets in, whether you like him as a person or not, His politics are great. And we're going to benefit everybody. Here's my thought about him. If he becomes president, they say he's going to attack this one, he's going to do this, and he's going to do that. No, here's my opinion. Trump is coming in for one reason. He's up in age. He wants to rebuild this country beautifully. And he wants to leave that as part of his legacy. He cares about his legacy. He don't care about money. He's a multi-billionaire. As much as they try to break him, he's got money. He's not worried about money. You can't bribe him. I know that as a kid growing up. I was in the mob. I tried to bribe him. Never worked. Never worked. And it was beneficial to him. He just wouldn't do it. So I know now that's the furthest thing from his mind. What's on his mind is to straighten the country out. And I don't care if it's a man or a woman, whether they're good looking, ugly, skinny, fat. I don't care about none of that, what color they are. I care about their policies. Trump is a businessman. His policies are great. And I know one thing. He's a tough guy. I'm going to call him a gangster. We need a gangster. We need somebody against Putin and all of these they're gangsters. And if you're not one, they'll eat you up and spit you out like they did to Joe Biden.